Hello and welcome to episode 8 of the Bad Friends podcast. My name is Tomas Murphy and I live in Ireland. I'm joined as always by my friendly neighbourhood co-host, Connor Keneally. Hi Connor.
Hi. I didn't know what to say in that scenario. We recorded last week as well. I'm just going to cut this in now, just so I have an excuse for why there was no podcast last week. If you don't follow the Bad Friends podcast Twitter, which is was it at Bad Friends PCast?
I don't know.
I think so. I think it is. I'm the one that's told to remember all this. Tomas just comes on and hosts the podcast every week.
I should host the podcast and do some shit tweets.
But yeah, if you didn't see on Twitter, I think Tomas retweeted it or something on the podcast account because I just put it up.
Oh yeah,
mine.
I put up a video.
But basically, we recorded a podcast last week with Tom GW, and it was going really well. I think probably was
It was a very funny podcast that we
probably
did
was
last
going
week.
to be our best, and then the footage corrupted, and
And it's all Connor's fault.
yeah. So, because that happened, we were like, well, we better leave it another week anyway. And then this week, I was like, Sham, Tom, leave it all together. We'll go with you again during the summer.
You have your exams coming up now.
No time for that out YouTubing.
Get stuck in now. Make yourself proud now.
Head down.
Get your head down now, Tom.
So,
Stuck in.
yeah, when he has his exams finished, we'll have him on for the podcast. And yeah, he can talk about his GCSEs in that chat as well if he so wishes. But as such, now we have double the usual list of topics because we have this week's and last week's. So what's the first one I'm going to bring up? I think we may as well get the flipping YouTube side of this over with. So Comedy Shorts, Deji and KSI are back at it again.
Woohoo!
Who cares?
We just love a bit of family feudage on
on the Bad Friends podcast. Who cares? Who cares anymore? So Deji made his big 45-minute video being like, KSI bad, lol, and then he made oh Jesus Christ, my phone. And then he made an extra 10-minute video later on basically saying thank you for 8 minutes, and then the last two was like, KSI is telling people to tell me bad things that I've done in the past. And then Olajide came out with an 80-minute long video this week, which Tomas has not watched.
I watched like 5 minutes of it.
Yeah, but basically he offers, in my opinion, pretty good rebuttal to all of Deji's points, because you know, like the clip. I don't know if you've seen Deji's video either.
The first one.
Yeah,
I have.
I don't know if you saw like the clips where Deji was like he threw bottles and
I saw I saw Deji or KSI talking about this.
Yeah, and KSI obviously showed that Deji had been cutting out the laughter afterwards. He also in fairness, he did what most YouTubers don't do, and when he realized he was backed into a corner and like had no way of fighting back, he was just like, sorry.
Yeah, he did actually apologize, which is
refreshing.
Yeah,
because
to say the least.
The story with most YouTubers is like they'll weasel around it, and they'll just be like weasel around it. They'll just weasel around it and just try and come up with an excuse. But at least Big G Day actually apologized. But toward the end, especially when Deji was when he got to Deji's like 10-minute video, what was really sad is like KSI was, you could tell he was like near the verge of tears, which is kind of sad because like obviously they shouldn't have got onto YouTube in the first place.
Yeah,
like it's ridiculous that this family stuff isn't just being done over the phone. Just ring them.
Yeah,
go to
like
his
you have
house.
literally all the resources in the world to contact him, but you put it all over YouTube.
But
Make cash money.
to be fair, I think a lot of that is down to Deji though. Like,
Oh yeah.
JJ has tried to keep it on the down low, but for the last few minutes when Deji's like, if he does get anything that could slander my name, like actual claims of like anything Deji has done dodgy with women, which KSI was saying he would do, but he was never going to make public. He was just going to make them aware to Deji and be like, the proof's out there. I could if I wanted to, but I'm not going to, just to try and like scare him, I guess. Which in fairness, KSI again apologized for in the video. And Big Dej was saying he'd threatened KSI with legal action.
Oh man.
For defamation of character, but JJ's there like, surely if it's something that you feel you need to take legal action with, then it must be true that you're that defensive over it. Like, no one.
That makes sense.
Like, no one else. You wouldn't be that defensive if it just wasn't true. You'd just be like, nah, that's not true. But if you have to take him to court over it, there must be some truth to it, especially when KSI would apparently have proof. But KSI then, like, towards the end, was saying how he had offered to his mom to get counselling, and his mom was like, no. And I read the text, and she was like, no, it's the work of the devil. Get it for yourself. But don't waste...
What, counselling is?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
And,
what?
The more you think about it, like, it's...
No thanks.
I don't have
what the fuck?
I don't want to have a conversation with a trained professional. It is the work of the devil. The more you think about it, the worse.
Okay.
The more you think about it, the worse.
Fair enough. Fair enough, I suppose.
So, there's
That kind of caught me off guard, not gonna lie.
And like towards the end, you could tell like JJ was generally upset. He was like, I can't even bring my own girlfriend to see my parents because I'm afraid that Deji's gonna like have a camera and he's gonna be like, whoa, look at this, because he's trying to keep his girlfriend like private and off YouTube.
Yeah.
And he's afraid now that like Deji would just be like, hey, who's KSI's girlfriend?
Scut.
Which, by the way, he has done in the past before.
Has he?
Yeah, because Keemstar like.
Oh yeah,
an image
I remember Keemstar did that.
And then
Deji was like,
Deji was like, yeah,
it's true.
It's true. Despite the
100% confirmed.
He also spent his video like, he made everything in the group chat public. But like all the stuff in the group chat was just like Deji, you owe me money. and what was the other thing that was said? Oh yeah, like you took edibles this one time, lol, in a place where it's legal.
Remember that time when you did illegal drugs?
Remember that time when you took Calpol, Tomas?
Oh, don't talk about that. My mom listens to this podcast. Not really. She doesn't care.
But
it's not her sort of thing.
Like, I'd say not even 24 hours after the video came out, Deji made a new video being like, moving on. And he's just like, me and JJ are sorting it out this time. But to be fair to him, I don't like Keemstar half the time. Half the time I really like him, and half the time I despise him. But like, he was spot on because he was there like, Deji, you said this at Christmas. He said he literally made the exact same sort of a video like on St. Stephen's Day, where he was like,
Boxing Day to y'all, to Tom,
like,
Tom and Natalie.
He was like, accurate.
Did you get that video of me? Did you get that video of me crying? That I said like fake crying.
I think I did, but I don't know, did I save it? But Yeah, in conclusion,
In conclusion,
on that whole KSI Deji thing, hopefully this is the last time we'll have to talk about this.
yeah, because fucking...
Who cares?
I'm over it.
Who cares anymore? Just sort it out on a G day. But he's on tour, so I can understand why he wouldn't be able to like sort it out right now. But like, Deji, you silly Billy. Deji.
Dej Lord. The Dejmeister.
Yeah, just I'm gonna finish off this point just saying like Deji's a gimp. KSI don't goof. Everyone make a big mistake, but
all YouTubers are bad.
I hate how they make
including
more
us.
money than us working class people.
Speaking of making money, Logan Paul kind of fucked up this week.
It was Jake Paul actually, but
no, Logan Paul also fucked up this week. And KSI.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's to do with KSI. So KSI is just like a final note on this whole shit heap. KSI's video, his first response to Deji, he said that all of the money made by the ads on that video were going to a suicide, different suicide prevention charities. Good. But he showed clips of Deji on Impulsive, bad podcast, not as good as Bad Friends podcast.
Which you can find on the Bad Friends podcast YouTube channel, by the way.
Which you're on right now. Tell your friends. KSI showed clips of Deji on Impulsive in his video, which then got claimed by Logan Paul's network. So instead of the money going to suicide charities, it went all into big Logan Paul's pocket.
Yeah.
So KSI tweeted it. He said, if you don't see any ads, because it got claimed by Logan Paul. And then Logan was like, he quote tweeted it, he was like, haha, fuck you, pussy. And I was like, alright, thanks, Logan. That's really... Oh, if only you hadn't done that, because you had such a clean image when it came to suicide before this.
Yeah.
You fucking rat of a human. And then...
In fairness, he was like, it's a manual claim, and then later on he was like, I'm gonna remove the claim now.
Yeah. Because... That'd be such an asshole thing to do if he didn't.
Could you? It would be right up his alley though, not to do it at all.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't put it past him.
Like I was just kind of like, this guy again. when happened to her, I was not surprised in the slightest.
Oh yeah,
that
me
it
neither.
Happened. But it's Logan Paul. Who cares? It's like.
Yeah, literally. Who cares? But Logan Paul isn't the only Paul who's been in trouble with money recently. Jacob
Paulinho.
So Connor, you have a job for the summer, don't you?
I do indeed.
Do you have any suggestions or any way for me to get a job this summer? I'm in need of a bit of cash.
Well, if
you know anyone who I could work for?
If you're in the need for a bit of cash, I would not go to Jake Paul because he only pays in fun.
Why is that? Oh, great! That's what I need. Hello, landlord. Can I pay you in fun?
Can I give you
fucking? You don't live in a porno, Jake.
200 fun. Like.
Oh yes, my fun check came in. What a fucking knob.
So
fuck that guy.
Jake put out on his Instagram story, he was like, any aspiring music engineers, we need you to work for Team 10. And he did like this whole spiel about how you get great experience and connections, and he goes, and a whole lot of fun. And he said that they wouldn't be paid because it was an internship, but he wanted them to work like normal daily hours.
Yeah, and they were in-house, so they had to live with him.
Yeah, and he'd pay them in fun.
And then he went, serious applicants only, please. Oh yes, Jake, of course. The most esteemed professionals you'll ever meet.
Followers of Jake Paul's Instagram. But, like,
It's just a bit of a piss take, isn't it? Surely it has. Surely there's no way he actually thought that it was going to work.
Wow.
Because he's not that out of touch, is he? That he think people would be like,
Well, it is
willing to do that.
It is Jake Paul we're talking about here. Like, he's...
I suppose.
He's not the sharpest tool in the shed. Let's just say that.
Yeah, fair enough.
He's a sociopath, even.
Was that proved?
No, it was found out to be complete and utter BS, actually.
Alright.
But, like...
I'm not surprised.
Sociopath.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, let's...
engineer@jakepaul.com. That's the email you need, isn't it?
Something like that. Something stupid. JakePaul.com. Next time I need to log into a free Wi-Fi, I'm going to use engineer@jakepaul.com. he's looking for...
That email's going to get flooded with, like, ads for a bus
engineers.
company or something.
Looking for sound engineers, and he just gets people out there like, oh, you've logged into Air Square free Wi-Fi. Speaking of controversial social media things, so I saw this tweet like this week. I don't know how long it's been around, but like it mostly came into my eyes in the last 2 days. But this, I think it's like the New York Post, or it's something stupid like that. Has basically tweeted out. Let me find. Actually, I'm gonna find the tweet. But they did.
Oh yes, you told me about this.
Yeah, they basically made a really, the New York Post. Yeah, they made a really stupid article.
This one hits close to home for the podcast.
Yeah.
For all you OG listeners, you'll know why we're upset about this.
And it says, millennial dads have pathetic DIY skills compared to baby boomers. Now, if you follow the podcast for a while, you will be well aware that me and Tomas are not the biggest fan of boomers.
My dad is a boomer.
Well, yeah, but like...
Not the biggest fan of my dad.
I hate him.
Epic.
But
Gen Z culture is hating your dad because he's a boomer.
But yeah, this whole article.
Fucking Gen Z. Yeah, well, baby boomers have pathetic technology skills compared to millennial. Like, who cares? Fucking IKEA is. It's like Lego. Buy IKEA.
It's like who would have happening? Very loud music started playing, and I'm pretty sure it got captured on the podcast. It's just like deafening me because I opened up the article. Thank you, New York. See, this was written by a boomer because they didn't realise they'd be playing very loud music when they tried to read. But basically. Like, surely, like, the need for it will change with the generation. Like, people in fairness, millennials will struggle to afford houses most of the time, so they're not exactly going to be able to just, they're going to have to work to pay off their house. They're not exactly going to be able to be like, let's...
Like, most millennials won't retire when they're 65. Which is their, like, retirement age. That's gonna change. Because fucking boomers were like, yeah, I can afford to pay off this house in the next 10 years.
Like,
we can't. We're not even millennials and we can't.
Like, there's so much, like, wrong with with like why this article was even written. Like, in comparison, like it's just
who needs to know this shit?
Who cares?
Who's like, I wonder how good millennials are at DIY.
Me. That was me. Sorry. That was me. I really cared.
Alright, Connor.
But like
You weirdo.
the need, as I was saying there, the need for it will change more. Like, millennials aren't going to be able to afford a house. Never mind to just take a weekend off, which some of them won't be able to, because they'll have to stay working so they can keep paying their flipping bills.
Paying their rent, not their mortgage. Forget about a mortgage. Forget about ever owning your own house.
And just working all the time, so they don't exactly have the time to mess about and fix a sink when they can just hire somebody else to do it.
Yeah. I mean, unless their job is like a carpenter or like a plumber.
But like, they still would have to work around with how much they need time.
But, like, baby boomers, I hate the word. I hate the fucking... I just hate them. But, like, they... By DIY, do they just mean fixing, like, sinks or, like, lights? Or do they mean building a shed because they're bored at the weekend, which is fucking what people did in, like, the 60s?
Well, I'm not going to open up the article again, just for fear that music starts blaring and you can't hear anything either of us are saying. But the picture that they have is a man drilling through a plank of wood that he has left on the floor with a dog watching him. So he's... Here, I'll just...
fuck around and drill a hole into my floor.
I would. Like, you know a tweet's kind of bad when it has more replies than it has likes. Like, it has 3,000 replies and 2,000 likes. Right. Like, boomers...
Fucking hell.
Boomers have pathetic... Like, as you said, boomers have pathetic technology skills. Like...
Fuck 'em. Fuck 'em.
Who cares? Screw this. I'm gonna
Fuck
move
this. Let's
on.
not talk about fucking baby boomers. I'm on my summer holidays.
Don't need to be
I save that for work days.
Save that for business hours.
Yeah.
Will we do life advice at this point? Just get it over with. That's a bit mean, but like,
yeah, get all these people's fucking problems out of the way.
So, what problems? There's one of them that I think is a bit... God.
Oh.
There's one that's a bit hard when you really try and think about it, other than just saying the obvious answers. So, is there any Marvel characters you want to see in the MCU? Sent using GorillaMail.com. Block or report abuse.
So, I was actually thinking about this today, but I forgot we were recording the podcast. This came to my mind. Fucking a good representation of the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, that's all I care about. Apparently, Marvel are releasing they're releasing the new Fantastic Four movie that they're gonna make in 2022. And the guy that's pushing to get director is the guy that directed the first two Ant-Man movies.
Ooh, who is it?
Peyton Reed. I personally am not a fan of his style, because I think with the Fantastic Four, because a lot of their stuff is done in space and it's like all this really weird and colourful characters and all this wacky stuff might I think someone like Taika would be a better option.
Or who was it that did Guardians? Fucking
James Gunn.
Yeah.
I think he'd be great, but I mean, I'd prefer to see him just finish off Guardians and not have to worry about making Fantastic Four movies.
Yeah.
Like, just any director that would bring some form of like colour and creativity to it and make the Fantastic Four fun, please.
Yeah, but I suppose at the same time, Ant-Man is probably the MCU movie that's focused mainly around fun, you know?
Yeah,
because like Guardians does have a lot of comedy in it, but it is still like a pretty tense. Like still can be pretty tense.
Yeah.
At some points in the movie, but that doesn't really happen in Ant-Man. It's all kind of light-hearted.
Yeah, like, oh no, we got to go. You haven't seen Ant-Man and the Wasp, have you?
No, but I don't.
Oh no, we've got to go get this big lab that is now small. And oh no, now we've got to go fight evil Ant-Man.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just... the next one is from the big man himself at gmx.com, who says, we spoke about this on last week's podcast, and I think this is funny, the story I told. Any near-death experiences?
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know, you probably...
I don't remember what yours is, but I probably will when you say it.
So, I was walking home with one of my friends. See, now he knows the story. And
sorry, keep going.
And we were just walking to the bus stop, and we passed by the other school that's in our area.
That's in town.
And let's just say it's a bit more...
a bit more rowdy.
Yeah.
They're a bit cooler over there.
Our school. And we're just outside there, very close to our bus stop. And I, for some reason, decided to walk on the very edge of the footpath. But, hey-ho.
As you do.
One foot goes to the wrong place. And by the wrong place, I mean out on the road. I fall over on my face in the middle of the road into oncoming traffic. I am lucky that the guy that was driving stopped. Because if not, I would probably be dead.
Or you just died.
But my friend who was with me was too busy laughing to ask if I was okay.
Was it who? Was it CU?
CU, yeah. And
yeah, he wouldn't care.
So so yeah, any for you, Toss? Anything that comes up to the level of walking on the side of a footpath like an idiot and falling out into the middle of a moving car?
I have one. So, again, it was really stupid. I was walking on a road, but it was like a small, like, side road. Didn't have a footpath or anything.
Oh yeah.
I was walking to my friend's house.
I think is it CO?
Oh no! It's BC.
Yeah.
And so, anyways, we were walking back from the local
Tavern.
Village area. Yeah, when we were like 10. And we were like talking loudly, so we couldn't like really hear if there was a car coming. Lo and behold, the biggest truck I've ever seen in my life. Right, I was walking right in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
This fucking gargantuan truck like turns the bend from behind me, and I turn around. It was like really close. I don't know how close, but like close enough to be shit scared. I screamed like not like I didn't like yelp. I like full on screamed and dived into the hedge at the side of the road. And I mean I was fine, and the guy like beeped his horn, and I was like, oh,
that's embarrassing.
Also that's probably the only one I've like experienced, unless I can't think of something else. Actually, one time when I was on holiday, my brother put a bin bag over my head. But that was only for like a second. I've witnessed several near-death experiences. I probably saved someone's life, I think, by this story. It was AB, our local really smart guy that we know.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he's in the Discord. Actually, he's not. But so this was back in first year, and we were walking across the road to the like sweet shop or whatever, newsagents, and we jaywalked. Dangerous lads we are. And a car came, and I like stopped before the car, like I was safe, but he kept walking, and I was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And I threw my hand across him. I was like, "Man, stop!" Instead of stopping, his natural reaction was to sprint forward, right in front of this car. The car slammed on the brakes. It like very, very nearly hit him, and I was like, "You actual idiot! What's your problem?" And he just started laughing, and I was like, "Man, what? Fucking learn how to cross a road." So yeah, that's my one.
Alright, and the last email for this issue of Life Advice with Connor and Tomas. If you don't guess this reference, I'll cry as the subject. If someone who knew the future pointed out a child and told you that child will grow up to be totally evil, a ruthless dictator who would destroy millions of lives, would you then kill that child?
So first of all, they're pretty obviously referencing Endgame.
It's either that or it's like, I think,
or
this
Deadpool
guy's a fan of Doctor Who.
Oh, well, I don't watch Doctor Who, but
That's just the sort of thing
okay.
I would assume, but I don't know. I could be completely wrong and offending any Doctor Who
any
fans.
any Whovians. But you know, fucking Rhodey did that thing in Endgame where they're talking about Thanos,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Why don't we just go back to when he was a baby and fucking kill him?" And also, but it could be Deadpool 2 where in like the end credits he like shoots baby Hitler.
Oh, that was cut though, wasn't it?
It was cut, yeah, but it's online somewhere. So what was the question? Would I go back and kill that baby?
Could you? No,
Depends how your time travel works.
If someone who was from the future pointed it out and said that he would grow up to be evil, would you then kill that child?
So they're from the future in the present, and there's a baby that's alive now, so I don't have to do any time travel.
No.
Okay, then probably would.
At the same time, for me, it's a child.
Yeah. Well, like, I suppose people have asked me that, like, would you go back and kill baby Hitler? No, I'd go back and accept baby Hitler into art school. You know, but like, if I had no other choice but to kill this child, I probably would.
I would try rehabilitating and then retry time travel.
But like, what? So if you tried rehabilitating him and then he grew up and did this shit anyways, you just time travel back
and kill him then. That didn't work.
Oh, sure, a bit of piece of fuel there. Yeah. So like that's what I basically said. You know, if I had no other options.
Yeah.
There you go.
So yeah, there's life advice with Connor and Tomas. If you guys do want to send us in anything,
email us. Connor, your family is making a lot of noise.
I am very sorry, but so is your Xbox controller.
Yeah, well, sorry.
So if you guys do want to send us anything, then feel free to at thebadfriendspod@gmail.com. It'll be top link in the description as it always is, and it'll be alongside my Twitter, Tomas's Twitter, and the podcast Twitter.
And a link to
Trying to pick what social media you want to plug.
No, I'm trying to think of a link to our Discord.
Oh, yeah. A link to our new Discord that we made. So far we've got
Discord that we made, like there's like 6 people in it.
Yeah, because
one of them got banned and the other one doesn't. One of them doesn't say anything.
So we've got
6. Basically, but there's 5 people in it, and we're like only like 4 of them talk.
Yeah. So, if you guys do want to join that, the link will be in the description. Yeah. So, what topic will we go into here? Actually, I want to Google one of them that you have, one of the topics that the Moss is here. Just because I want to make sure it's real. Oh yeah. So, big Jeremy Kyle got his show cancelled.
Oh yes. Big Jay Kizzle, as I call him when we talk.
So that's what all his friends call him.
Jeremy Kyle to you.
Jeremy Kyle to you, Jay Kizzle to me. But basically, Jeremy Kyle is being called in front of a load of MPs in England, just because
Ministers of Parliament.
Just because he's basically been a naughty little boy, hasn't he, for the last few years on his TV
he's
show.
having whatever it's called, like he's being looked into this show, and it's not. Oh my god.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
It's not just him. I think they're doing it with Love Island because I think 2 people, at least, from Love Island in the past 18 months or so have been found have committed suicide.
Yeah.
As well as someone who's been on the Jeremy Kyle show.
Yeah.
Which is really fucked up.
It is, really. Especially with the Jeremy Kyle show when they go on to try and get help.
Yeah. I mean, we spoke about this when the show got cancelled.
Yeah, and he's just...
how he essentially just stirs the pot and doesn't solve anything.
If anything makes it worse.
Dr. Phil does it as well, but Dr. Phil's kind of a bit of a piss take anyways.
Yeah.
People kind of know what to expect when they go on Dr. Phil. But with Jeremy Kyle, it's usually this is kind of a generalization, but it's usually working class people. They might not be the best educated people in the world.
Yeah.
Who have genuine family issues and mental issues. But with Dr. Phil, it's just like a bratty fucking teenager.
Yeah. I don't know. It's always it's a tough topic because obviously his career has been completely taken away from him now. Big Jeremy Kyle. But that being said, he's probably already rich and is able to just live off his millions at this point. I don't think anyone really cares. What's his net worth here? If it's anything above 1 million, I'll be disappointed.
Of course he's a millionaire. He's been doing that show for 15 years.
Yeah. Jeremy Kyle is worth $5 million US.
It was the next day when it hit obviously
oh
the show
my god, what is wrong with
all the
there are all these stupid newspaper places and they just play our new topic.
Alright, fuck Jeremy Kyle.
They've absolutely screwed over this podcast now twice, where we've just had completely pointless, redundant moments of just loud noise that I cannot control. So I am very sorry.
Anything.
I know you can't, but it's because we're recording off my laptop. So anything that plays over my laptop, I think, is audible.
Okay, so speaking of reality TV stars, like that, hosts. This isn't. I didn't put this on my topics list, but I learned today that Judge Judy is worth $400 million.
No, sod off. Judge Judy net worth. Net worth for
what?
$420 million.
Oh, nice. But also, what the fuck? What judge needs to be paid that much? She does fucking small claims court. That is ridiculous.
Why?
Seriously.
Why?
$420 million.
That's her net worth.
Judge Judy.
Oh my god.
But it's cause like her fucking show. There's reruns of her show in every country in the world. Like,
oh yeah, like she's
she
worth
gets so many royalties.
She's worth more than Kevin Feige.
Yeah, man.
Oh, John, shut up! I'm recording the podcast.
Fucking worth more than me.
Kevin has all the money.
Like, yeah, he's worth 150. Kevin Feige is worth $150 million. Like George, he's not going to be.
Fuck off, John.
I know. No, I was about to look up George Lucas, but then I realized that last time I did that, he was worth like $6 billion. So it's
George, I think there's a bit of a jump between Kevin Feige and George Lucas.
yeah. She's worth more than Robert Downey Jr. He's apparently worth $300 million.
That's also too much. Like, you shouldn't be paid that much.
Yeah, like.
But I'd rather him have it than Judge Judy.
400. Oh my god.
Like fucking WrestleMania.
Oh, Dr. Phil is worth 400 million.
Yeah, what the fuck? WrestleMania. Put together the net worth of every WrestleMania ever, and it's definitely not worth 400 million.
Here, I'm just gonna 35 cost. How much did it cost them? That's how much it cost me to buy it. That's $59.99. Like that it cost WWE $59.99 on WrestleMania. Just 50 quid.
Yeah, 60 quid, you idiot.
Shut up.
Yeah, $59.99 is the same as 50 quid.
How much does WrestleMania cost? That's still $59.99. I'm such an idiot.
Yeah, because you're looking up the wrong thing.
How much does it cost WWE? That's big
How
money.
much does it?
Lots of money.
Yeah, that's the Google search answer.
Lots of money. Yeah, like I look up
A
how
lot.
much does WrestleMania cost WWE to make, and it's just $59.99. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. I got some fucking banana bread at work today, dude. Hell yeah. Okay, also, speaking of, I referenced Vine.
Speaking of banana bread.
Email us some fucking funny videos.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
And now that we're on summer, at some point we will end up recording this podcast both in the same room. In case you haven't noticed from the constant technical difficulties, it'll probably be easier when it's just the two of us in the same room.
Yeah.
But at
And
some point,
maybe we might do a video one
yeah.
at some stage.
So,
That'll be your gift.
That's
for-
your gift
from
from
us.
us. So yeah, if there,
Connor's uglier than he sounds.
I don't know whether to take that as a compliment or an insult.
I don't know either.
What other topics will we speak about on today's podcast?
Episode 8 of the Bad Friends podcast.
Which can be
Which you
found
can-
on the Bad Friends Podcast YouTube channel.
Link in the description to smash that subscribe button. And get the bell on, or I'll fuck you up.
Yeah, I'm struggling to think of it. If you're able to elaborate more on some of these topics that you've here.
Yep, sorry, I'm playing Minecraft.
That's what, if you can hear the thing tapping back and forth. You can also probably hear my family because they won't shut up. But
Oh yeah, okay. Spider-Man Homecoming is now on Netflix.
yeah.
Yay! But
Oh.
what about Disney Plus? Didn't they take all their fucking Marvel movies out of Netflix?
Yeah.
Because Disney Plus? Connor, you told me that last week that it's from Ant-Man and the Wasp onwards that they that they're putting on Disney Plus. Is that right?
I've pulled up the article here. I hope to God it doesn't start blaring like the Avengers theme or something.
Bit of music.
Starting with Captain Marvel in March, all of the films that Walt Disney Studios released in theaters will subsequently flow to the Disney streaming platform instead of Netflix.
So
Disney will not send Marvel movies to a third party, is what's written down here.
But does that mean that they're gonna?
That means that anything from Iron Man 1 up to Ant-Man and the Wasp will still be appearing on Netflix.
So what's the direct quote from the article? Starting from
the beginning.
Captain Marvel.
Starting with Captain Marvel, MCU films would instead now be viewable on Disney's upcoming streaming service and not Netflix.
But does that not mean that Captain Marvel is just going to be the first one that they put on?
I don't know, Chief. To be quite honest, brother. Like one of them, all it says at the very end is just, anyway, watch Thor Ragnarok on Netflix. So
that's solid advice.
So I don't fully understand, but I just know that Disney are being a lot less lenient with giving their movies away to like Netflix or Hulu or anyone else.
Like Amazon Prime,
CBS, anyone else like Disney. But yeah, it's.
I fucking kind of resent Disney as a company though.
Because they own everything.
Yeah, and just they're kind of fucked up. Like they could just exploit like children basically.
Yeah, like.
Also, Walt Disney was a huge fucking anti-Semite. Did you know that?
Yeah, I heard about
fucking
that.
Nazi.
Before. So.
Just fucking wild.
Disney's wild, bro. But like now, like they own Star Wars, Marvel. They're like already two of the biggest. Fox now. They own Avatar. I don't know if you knew that, but they own Avatar.
Yeah.
So either way, Disney still has
they
the
own
number
Titanic.
one highest grossing film of all time. They basically own James Cameron.
Yeah.
They own, obviously, they own all the
Marvel stuff.
Like, they own Pixar. Like,
do they actually own Pixar or like?
They own Pixar. They own Pixar in the sense that they fund Pixar.
Yeah, but Pixar is kind of like a standalone company, though.
It was, but like they're still like their parent company now is Disney. Basically, they have to cross everything through Disney.
Oh right, that's great.
Like, Disney are the ones that fund them at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So.
But like that, like even if someone did set up another company that made films, either no one would watch the films because they wouldn't be as good as a Disney film, or like good in the sense as, you know, wouldn't have the same budget, or else they would gain popularity and Disney would just buy them out.
Yeah, like
which is kind of what happened to like Instagram and with Facebook.
Yeah, and like
when Facebook bought Instagram, it was because it was kind of threatening their business.
Yeah, like it says here, I just googled it that to prove that Disney do own Pixar since 2006 when they bought Pixar. So when you think about it, since 2006, like basically up till 2009, they let Pixar just do whatever they pleased up until like Up. But like,
yeah.
When you think about it, how many times now have Pixar seemed to go back to older franchises and make unnecessary sequels like Monsters University, Finding Dory, Toy Story 3 and 4, which apparently they never wanted to make Pixar, Incredibles 2, they kept making Cars movies.
Like, yeah. I mean, I haven't seen... We spoke about this in like the first ever episode of the podcast.
Yeah.
But they might have made these movies and they didn't want to. That doesn't mean they're bad movies.
No, they're not. Like, Toy Story 3 is a great
Toy
movie.
Story 3 is a good movie.
Coco is a good movie.
I haven't seen Coco, but what was some of the other ones you mentioned? Incredibles 2.
Incredibles 2.
I haven't seen that, but
Went down well.
Monsters University, I think that's a good movie.
What was the other one I said there as well? Finding Dory.
Finding Dory. I haven't seen that either,
watched
but
that.
apparently it got good reviews. You know, so they are still, you know, say what you want about them, but they do make good movies.
Yeah. But at the same time, you kind of would like to see more original stuff
a
coming
bit more,
from them.
yeah, variety.
So,
Because they do have this insane amount of wealth and power, and they're just like, oh, Cars 5.
yeah, like, that's one thing as well that you notice a lot with
I
Disney.
suppose, yeah, like, do they own DreamWorks?
They don't, do they?
Because, like, DreamWorks would probably be their main competitor after Pixar.
Yeah, I suppose, like,
With, like, Shrek and, like, whatever else they made.
but, like,
Puss in Boots.
and, like, How to Train Your Dragon and them.
Yeah, like, they...
And Kung Fu Panda.
Mm.
Let me see. I'm trying to find if Disney like actually own DreamWorks or not. Because what I've got is DreamWorks owned by Disney. Here we go. Because I think Fox kind of had a stake over them.
Did they?
I think so. Is an American animation studio a subsidiary of Universal Pictures.
So Universal owns DreamWorks.
Own DreamWorks.
Well, that's...
Oh.
So Universal may have, like, Illumination Studios and all that.
Yeah.
Which, like
Universal
Minions.
at this point are basically the only competitor to Disney.
Yeah.
Disney has
But
everything else.
I think Disney do kind of make better movies than Universal.
Yeah.
Because, well, I suppose, you know, Despicable Me and that's Universal.
And Warner Brothers, I guess.
Yeah. But, like, Despicable Me is a good movie. Despicable Me 2 is a good movie.
Despicable Me
I haven't seen Despicable Me 3.
I haven't
The Minions, I've seen the Minions. I'm not gonna, that's all I have to say. But, like, I do think they could do better because they just kind of have, like, you know, that movie coming out about the Queen's corgis or whatever it's called. You know, who the fuck cares? They don't have as good storylines, is basically what I'm saying, as Disney.
Yeah.
But I think they do have potential to be better.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know, yeah, like, Disney makes some damn good stuff at the same time. Like, as much things we give them, like, this, in my opinion, because apparently this is a controversial opinion, I've liked the new Star Wars movies. I mean, I wasn't a huge fan of The Last Jedi, but, like, Force Awakens I really liked. Like, the Marvel movies are still great.
Yeah.
They're still yet to release an out-and-out bad Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Pixar is still good.
Yep. I've never seen a Star Wars movie. But
Uh-oh.
I have the first 6 on Blu-ray.
So I'm a real Star Wars fan.
Yeah.
But,
like, I don't really need to see the Star Wars movies.
no.
I don't feel like I have to see them. You know, some movies you feel like you have to see these movies to fit in.
Yeah.
Like Game of Thrones is kind of the biggest thing at the moment. Where, oh my god, you don't watch Game of Thrones? What the fuck? I've never seen Game of Thrones. I have the first season on DVD.
Yeah. Like, that's to an extent what I think. But I think that sort of dies down after a while, like, with Star Wars. Like, I'd say at one point that's what Star Wars was like.
Yeah.
And, like,
when it, like, first came out, or when it first started getting huge.
Yeah. And, like, to an extent I'd say that's what Marvel is like now.
Yeah, that's Marvel is kind of the new Star Wars, or the MCU is kind of the new Star Wars.
Yeah, because like I have met people who haven't watched Marvel movies and I've been like, what?
Yeah. What? You haven't seen me? I haven't seen the only X-Men movie I've seen is Logan.
Ooh.
And I got some serious stick. They're like, get the fuck out of my house.
Yeah.
Movies. And I was like, oh, I haven't seen all of them. And they're like, they just took that to mean that I've only seen like 3 of them. But I've seen at least one movie in every franchise apart from X-Men. Well, I've seen Logan, so that kind of counts.
Yeah.
But
I've
I've seen all the Captain America movies. I've seen all the Iron Man movies. I've seen Thor Ragnarok. I've seen like all the Avengers movies. So I'm not out of the loop. I just haven't seen like Ant-Man and the Wasp or
Captain
the
Marvel.
first 2 Thor movies or Captain Marvel
But you don't
or
really
the X-Men.
You don't really want to see the first 2 Thor movies.
Yeah, I don't feel like I need to
Like,
to understand the story.
But the whole thing for Thor 1 is basically repeated in Avengers 1, so
Oh, cool.
it really doesn't matter. But
Watch Avengers too.
yeah, like with, like for example, I'm just gonna go off and tangent for like X-Men movies. Like I've seen most of them. I haven't. To be fair, I haven't gone back and rewatched the original trilogy.
Okay.
Because I'm like, who cares? I'm not really in the mood to go back and watch it. The bits that I have seen, I've had laughably, like, and I know it was released in like 2000 and 2002 and 2007 or something like that. But like, I've gone back and watched clips, and they have laughably bad CG.
Yeah, the only
Like when you compare it to someone like Spider-Man from 2002, where that's pretty decent CGI by comparison.
yeah,
Like
but like what's the one with Quicksilver? Armageddon
Armageddon.
or whatever.
Apocalypse.
I haven't seen them. I don't care.
The one that he first appeared in was Disney.
Well, you know the scene that I'm talking about, the kitchen.
Yeah,
That's an Apocalypse.
That's Disney.
Oh, is that Days of Future Past? When did that come out?
Like
2012?
No, 2014 or something, I think, actually.
Because that has that scene, which is the only scene
2014.
Yeah, that's the only one I've seen out of that movie. That's very good CG.
Oh, yeah.
Which one is Deadpool in? Deadpool.
Well, Deadpool.
Does Ryan Reynolds actually? Ryan Reynolds, does he play Deadpool in that movie?
In what? Days
In
of
the
Future
X-Men.
Past?
Yeah.
Deadpool isn't in Days of Future Past. He's in
Or
X-Men
which
Origins
one?
Wolverine.
Is that Ryan Reynolds though?
That is Ryan Reynolds, yeah, and he hates that so much.
He fucking hated it.
Yeah,
He hates it nearly as much as
as I do.
as fucking
Deadpool
whatever his
himself
name
does.
is. No, fucking what's the other role he plays? Green Lantern. Which is like his least favorite movie he's ever been in.
Where like Deadpool's whole thing is that he's very mouthy and they sew his mouth shut.
Yeah.
He's literally nicknamed
What was
the
it?
Merc
With the mouth.
And
And
they
they
sew
sewed
his mouth shut. I was arguing with my cousin, your
My girlfriend.
yeah. I was arguing with her like, about what the good X-Men movies and bad X-Men movies are, and I was like, X-Men Origins Wolverine is awful. Watch what they did to Deadpool. It's so bad. And she's like, no, I think it's really good. And I'm like, all it is just Wolverine blowing stuff up and walking away from it looking cool. And I'm like, she's like, that's the whole point. I'm like, you should not be watching movies for that.
It was her mom who gave out to me for not seeing the Marvel movies.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. I've watched like First Class, Days of Future Past. I haven't watched Apocalypse because I heard it was mediocre and I couldn't be bothered. Origins Wolverine, The Wolverine, Logan, Deadpool 1 and 2. Like,
I mean, Logan is a very good movie.
Logan's an excellent movie. Logan's
Deadpool
great.
2, I have mixed opinions on Deadpool 2.
I really like Deadpool. I like Deadpool 2 almost as much as I like Deadpool 1, but that's more.
I thought Deadpool 1 was vastly better than Deadpool 2.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe that's just me. I really
But
really like
that
Deadpool 2.
could be because it took them like 10 years to actually get Deadpool made, and then like 4 years to get Deadpool 2 made. How many years was it? 3 years?
Like 2
4
or 3 years.
So they had a long time to get Deadpool perfect.
Yeah.
And then Deadpool 2 is just like, hey, her superpower is that she's fortunate. So.
Yeah. Alright, so, will we end just there? I think that's a good spot to finish.
We may as well.
On our big Logan is great, but
Deadpool 2 is not.
Deadpool 2 is mixed.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Do you want to do an outro, so?
Okay. Thanks for listening to this week's podcast. Next week's podcast is gonna be next week. Hopefully. Hopefully we'll probably get one up next week.
Yeah.
Depends on Connor's schedule.
Oh, no, I'm free all this week, so we'll definitely have one up by next week.
Oh, cool. Okay, so next week there will be a podcast.
Yeah. I guarantee it.
Click the links in the description, subscribe, follow us on Twitter, individually and the podcast. Join our Discord server, but not if you're annoying or don't say anything.
You have to find that right blend in between the two.
There's like a grey area.
That's where we operate.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a line from fucking Homecoming.
So yeah.
Thank you. From the bottom of my heart.
You're the reason we keep the lights on.
Goodbye. I love you.
Acquire this link, it's a ringer. Cut my steeds, make yours much fresher, or whatever. I got the price of such, block of pigeons come. I got drums by this bobbing slum. Acquire this link, it's a ringer. Cut my steeds, make yours much fresher, or whatever. I got the price of such, block of pigeons come. I got drums by this bobbing slum. Acquire this link, it's a ringer. Cut my steeds, make yours much fresher, or whatever. I got the price of such, block of pigeons come. I got drums by this bobbing slum. Acquire this link, it's a ringer. Cut my steeds, make yours much fresher, or whatever. I got the price of such, block of pigeons come. I got drums by this bobbing slum. I don't break the fees, the gang move, by the zinc till the gang move. Fuck with me. I don't break the fees, the gang move, by the zinc till the gang move. Fuck with me. I don't break the fees, the gang move, by the zinc till the gang move. Fuck with me. I don't break the fees, the gang move, by the zinc till the gang move. Fuck with me. Keep my street the same. Pave these bottles, see no rain. Lately I seen rain fall close range. Ain't nothing too clean to bang besides. Can't trust a man. His cream is wild. It's under clean cocaine. I'm custom like a lot. Biters in my side. I got the price of such. I got the price of such. 80 back to 80, 80, 80 back to 80 back to 80, 80, 80. I got the price of such. 80 back to 80, 80, 80 back to fees. The gang move, by the zinc till the gang move. Fuck with me. 80 back to 80, 80, 80 back to fees. The gang move, by the zinc till the gang move. Fuck with me. 80 back to 80, 80, 80 back to fees. The gang move, by the zinc till the gang move. Fuck with me. 80 back to 80, 80, 80 back to fees. The gang move, by the zinc till the gang move. Fuck with me. I hardly know this now. I toss up to the most poor shit in my gut, but I keep the balls. 80 back to 80, 80, 80 back to 80 back to 80, 80, 80 back to. Massive volume magnified by laughter, fled back to this grind. The forehead tap, my hazmat tap, turpin coil, egg and flag. 80 back to 80, 80, 80 back to 80 back to 80, 80, 80 back to. Twist out the rose, a lot of the gold. I seen as a thread, the story's been told. I hold the key, I blame the key, made me the fame the more. 80 back to 80, 80, 80. I got the price of such.